So I'm starting this just to like gather my thoughts, because there's a lot going on right now. Yesterday, well, I should start even before that. For the end of this week here, my goal was to get in 50 more kilometers before the month was over. Because that's what I needed to do to get more kilometers this month than last month. And then, so I went out for one run after work Saturday, and I had plans with Rob afterwards. So I kept it a little bit short, but it was a good run. It was as much as I wanted to run at the time. It wound up being 14K. Then yesterday, I just missed each opportunity that I had to run. I got up, had coffee, a little bit of breakfast, I was gonna go for a run, and then Liv said, do you want to get tattooed? Because the plan was she was gonna tattoo me. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I should run and then get tattooed or tattooed and then run, and I wanted to run like maybe as much as 30K, and the weather was off and on. I still didn't have, spoiler, a waterproof hoodie. And I was like, you know what? I'm more nervous about the tattoo, and that's a you and me thing. Let's not wait on that. Running, maybe the weather will clear up, or maybe we'll go buy a jacket, and I can have an optimal run and get tattooed. So I got my tattoo footage. What is this strange scene?
Section of our porno. We went from too dry to too wet, and I want to kill myself.
7.4. It hurts.
Why, yes.
It's hard to actually feel my own ankles. Then I was kind of sitting around being like, yeah, in a couple hours I'll take the bandage off, see how it feels. Like I already tested that it wasn't below the sock line. So I was like, yeah, and then I'll go for a run. And then she reminded me, well, and then I was like, yeah, let's go. I wanted to go out and buy a waterproof jacket, and she wanted to go buy more transfer paper, I think, and then we didn't end up doing that anyways. But anyways, there was not enough time to get in a good run, because I'm thinking long run. I don't want to like chip away at this. I want to really take a bite out of it. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go out and get the shopping done, and then maybe I can get in a run. And then, no, we're supposed to go to her parents for 5:30. So I'm like, okay, I'll go for a run after dinner. But of course, whenever we go to her parents' house, we're there for 9 goddamn hours, which is exactly what I said to them, word for word, at the end of the night. So we didn't get home until 9 o'clock, and I was like, I would at best get in, 5K. And like, I'm tired, like after a huge, fantastic meal. With roast beef and red wine, and then some cake and ice cream. Happy birthday, Spencer. Yeah, there was just no way I was going to get a good run in. So I missed, in the 4 days in which I wanted to collectively run 50K, I missed an entire goddamn day. And now it's built up so much in my mind, like I have to run like a 30 or 40K day, and I work tomorrow, and then that's it. And it's so built up that I keep finding ways to procrastinate. And so how do I procrastinate, you ask? I started cleaning up this space. Now, if you look at the background, where did I put my coffee? If you look at the background of vlogs in the past, this is where the dining room table was, and it's always just like a horrendously messy space, and it's getting worse and worse around here. and this is going to get a little confessional. This is what's been on my mind lately. I am a messy person. I get that. I kind of accept that about myself. I tend to leave things places. Everywhere I sit, surrounded by books. Where's my guitar? Within reach of my chair. All right, if you look upstairs, the coffee table's covered in DVD cases. Even just like my workout stuff, which is no longer organized, is just here where I'm going to see it and use it. There's a method to my madness, but there is not a cleanliness. However, throughout my entire life, I've never actually owned junk. Like, I was thinking this morning about my teenage years, when my room was a disaster. Like, it looked like someone just came in and, like, paintballed the place with shotgun paintballs. Which is a thing I don't know why you would invent. But it looked terrible. All I had to do, though, was laundry. Because it was just, there was clothes everywhere, a few piles of books and CDs. Right? Like, it's actually not that hard because I didn't own any stuff. Olivia and I own a lot of stuff now. Like, we have this entire bar that's now has an extra cabinet attached, and bar stools, and 3 chairs, and there's 2 couches upstairs. I own 2 guitars and 2 amplifiers. She owns a theremin. We own a keyboard. We had, a dining room table and a chest and a sewing machine, and the cat stuff takes up its own level of space, as well as just old crap. Like, there's a fucking old air conditioner that we've had to just store. This whole space is just full of stuff that we're storing. Yep, there's a skeleton there, by the way. And I hate it. Like, I'm philosophically against the accumulation of stuff and of being sentimental about stuff. I hate it. So it's been driving me crazy and even creating tension in the relationship. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start working on this. Because, and I realize this is now ranting, before we got the bar, the workout stuff was neatly organized in the living room space so that I could work out typically in, like, either during work first thing in the morning or during time off whenever I felt like it throughout the afternoon. But it was, even though it was in the space, it was organized and out of the way. Then it got moved into the bedroom when we got the bar, and it just isn't getting used anymore. It's stored, but it's not organized and it's not accessible. So now we're thinking we're going to turn this space, because we never used the dining room table, it was just for storing junk as well. Now it's a fucking disaster. Like, now it's in that stage where it has to get worse before it gets better, because I need to reorganize all of this space. And I don't have the right tool to take the legs off the table either. And I found that one of the crates I was using as a shelf, this is way too dark, but it has collapsed. Its structural integrity has given way. And the only reason it didn't fall over is that it's so tightly leaned up against that. But now I don't want to have it, the thing that was on top of it anymore. Anyway, that's all a big build-up as to, like, how I'm procrastinating / warming up for and waking up for a good long run today. Feeling a little spice on the knee as usual. Gonna run in my 1080s, and turn that this is taken. Like, I finally found within Strava and blah 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 how to like where the my gear section is and how to put your shoes in. Cat in the bag. You're like, I'm a cat in this bag. I'm gonna get in it. I'm gonna be happy. Also, I hope that this music playing doesn't wind up with this all being copyright stricken. Anyway, I finally loaded all my shoes, all 8 pairs of running shoes, into Strava so that I can actually track, or more easily track, what mileage I'm doing in them, and what 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 runs are turning out really great, and then being able to look back and see, you know what, all the runs I did in my tempos felt like great runs and speed was good and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's this half of the vlog. I gotta get my life together. Okay, love you, bye. Blam, welcome back. Let's get these fucking shoes off. So I got some footage on the run as well, because it was just a long, eventful run. The path looks like this, and you just run out of road. It gets stretch around here, folks. Not only am I doing an accidental marathon today, I'm doing an accidental trail marathon. This is the easiest terrain I've covered. I definitely went through some, like, crouching through tunnels of branches. And at some point, I just gotta come out the other side. Okay, I'm back on my side of the reservoir. I just gotta get back to my quadrant of the reservoir. I gotta get back over there. Because way over there, that road, that bridge, that's where I think of my loop of the reservoir as starting. So that's at least where I have to get back to, and then I have to get back home. So I'm back at my landmark shack. If you, there was some weird detour on the path that cut me off, and it spit me out in the Lakeview area, which I always think of as the old Dairy Queen area. So I lost a bunch of distance, got here sooner than I anticipated. I'm at half a marathon right now, from my place to Mount Royal to here and around. And I certainly don't want to do it all again right now. And put in a beauty of a workout in the 1080 V10s, and I think I might just a tattoo idea I have, because I think it's like, not that it's an iconic shoe historically speaking, it's an iconic shoe visually. You could get a tattoo of a 1080 V10 and have someone say like, oh, that's a 1080 V10. So I think I'll get that down with my my cat, and there's like this patchwork sleeve area comes together. It can just be one of the things in there. Two, definitely feeling some spice on the knees, particularly old lefty. I wore my white brace out, and eventually I was feeling this like particular small spicy spot. And I thought, you know, I should really get some more blood flow in there, not less. But yeah, definitely some spice on the knee, some spice in the calves towards the, I ran 30K, by the way. And yeah, towards the end, it turned into a pleasant slog. It was never murderous. It was never hopeless. My jaw even hurts from my mouth just hanging open for the last 2.5 hours. And one of the things I got a little bit of footage of, but still doesn't convey what it was really like, was on Glenmore, before turning into the reservoir area. There's a gap in the fence and kind of a stony trail right on the beach. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that. That'll be fun. And then a few minutes after that is where you see me do the first bit of footage where I'm like, this is tretch. I should, like, the 1080 V10s are a great shoe, but they are very, very soft. And they are not great for trail speeds. And it got even hairier from there. Like, in between the bits that I filmed, there were times when I was like like in a full crouch, branches completely overhanging the trail, and I was like, I don't know where this ever comes out. Like, I mean, at one point I realized, like, I must be further than halfway around the reservoir. Like, I must be. I was lost, or the equivalent of lost, for, what could it possibly mean to be the equivalent of lost? What I mean is, I was deep in the brush, or if I could see the water, I still couldn't see any landmarks on the other side of the water. I had no idea where I was relative to anywhere else. But I figured I must be, you know, farther around. So that I just realized, like, yeah, and I was feeling good. And because I was going at a slow pace, because I knew it was going to be a long day, and I had a little baggie of chips with me. So I wasn't even worried about getting hungry or anything like that. I was worried about water eventually, I know. But it was still it was a cool day, so I wasn't too worried about the sun or the heat. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go around the reservoir. And I did, and there's all kinds of just detours and things like that. And like, as I say in the video, the trail spit me out in the Lakeview area where I think of as, you know, the old Dairy Queen being. And I just got back a lot quicker than I thought I should have been able to from there back to that gap in the fence. And then I was like, do I want to keep going? Because I was at a half marathon at that point. And I was like, well, definitely like starting to feel fatigued and everything, starting to feel the spice on the knees. Let's call it. And so I came home from there at a gentle pace, mediocre form, but never like a drudge, never a falling form. And got to an even 30K before I got home. And I've still got the remainder of the day, because I left on a slightly rainy morning, and now it's a lovely afternoon. So, yeah, follow me on Strava for more sick content. I have more followers on Strava than I do. I have 6 subscribers on YouTube. 0 views on most videos, but people from the running room and the running clinics follow me on Strava. So, pretty proud of this day, and the goal of getting 50 more K before the month is over might not happen and probably won't happen. But I feel a lot of pride in a 30K run today and taking a huge full bite out of the reservoir trail. And and I ran into Liv's parents, and we were talking about running the reservoir last night at dinner, and they were walking and I was running. So I feel good, and it's more important to feel good about yourself as a runner in a holistic way than to just feel good about numbers. Because you can fake numbers, really. And numbers are arbitrary, really. They're just there to be an indicator of how you should feel about yourself. And if you feel good about yourself, that's the end goal anyways. So take that one to heart.